Half a day, and welcome to Coffee with the Candidates. This series was created to educate and inform Guam's voting population on the positions candidates running for office take on some of the island's most controversial topics. Coming up after this commercial break, Republican senatorial hopefuls Jenei Aguon and Roland Blas.
Half a day, my name is Paulie Suba of CAT FM, and you are watching Coffee with the Candidates. To my right is senatorial candidate Jenei Aguon of the Republican Party. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much, Paulie, for having me here today.
So a couple of questions I wanted to ask. By the way, it's awesome, I think, that you're running for senator.
Thank you.
As soon as I saw, I was like, yes, perfect. I'm starting to notice a lot more people in my generation running for senator. Is this something that you and the fam decided to take upon, or was it just your undertaking?
You know, when the idea was posed to me, I didn't, if you asked me 4 years ago, I would be like, run for senator? I don't think so. But then when the idea was posed to me, right. They said, you should try it, you should do it, you should just try, because of all your work with nonprofits, all your work with families, And I honestly asked myself, like, what do I have to offer, Like I told Patty before, I'm definitely not the cookie cutter version of a senatorial candidate, I don't have all the, I'm just not the cookie cutter version, just put it that way. But then I looked at it and I thought to myself, like, that's exactly why I should run. Mm-hmm. I'm not your typical senatorial candidate type. For me, I'm a good representation of regular people just like you and I, right, who go through the same struggles that, we face every day. So I think because of that, that's what really inspired me to run.
Right, you were talking about some of the nonprofits that you work with. Go ahead and just give us a few.
Well, I'm currently the vice president of the Guam Foster Families Association. So I've been with that organization for a couple of years already. I got hooked up with that organization because of my work at the Department of Public Health and Social Services. So I worked in the Bureau of Social Services, so that means I really worked hand in hand with a lot of foster children, families trying to reunify with their children, foster parents, everybody in the child welfare system I've been able to work with. And then my other nonprofit, which I'm starting, it's a new nonprofit called Open Hearts, Open Closet. Mm-hmm. So that nonprofit, we're really focusing on servicing all families on island. So a lot of the times when you look at the nonprofits here, they're really geared towards specific niche groups, specific groups in the community. Right. And so with Open Hearts, Open Closet, we want to help all families. Everybody needs a little bit of help, and so what we do is we collect donations throughout the year, and we collect donations 4 times a year, and 4 times a year what we do is we have an outreach where everybody's invited to come and take clothing, household items, bedding, whatever they need, all for free.
Working with these nonprofit organizations, already I know that you've come across so many different people. They have different lifestyles, they come from different backgrounds. They're probably coming to you now asking you to help them when you become senator, or even while you're running for senator. So my question would be, how are you setting yourself up to help these people when you become senator?
Well, thankfully, because of the work that I've done in public health and with my nonprofits, I'm a little bit more familiar in how to navigate the system as to which programs they would need. Right. I'm very familiar with all the different, like Project Besita, Project Carino, IFA Magonta. There's TOGI, the substance abuse. They call themselves Hope Coordinators. So that's awesome too, and they're fairly new. So because of my insight to that, I'm able to kind of navigate them through to kind of lead them in the service that would help them, per se.
Right. So maybe your first call to action if you become senator in the 35th legislature?
Oh, my first call to action. I've kind of thought about it for a while, and because my husband and I we're small business owners.
I love your Denancy.
Oh, thank you.
I'll just say it right now. You guys dabble in so much.
Yes, we do a lot.
Besides the Denancy, what else do you guys?
We do event planning and coordination. So
Yeah.
I've probably decorated your wedding or your birthday party or graduation party. If you're familiar with the pageants that's going on right
Yeah.
now, I've done a couple costumes. I've managed a bunch of contestants. And unfortunately, I have a first runner-up streak, but I'm going to break that. I'm breaking that first runner-up streak.
Okay.
So we do a lot, and
Yeah.
because of our work with small business, you know, and just networking with other small business owners,
Right.
we've seen the need where there needs to be, I guess, I don't know how to say this,
Just say it, girl.
well, let's say you go in there on a Monday, and the
Okay.
information you get will not necessarily be the same as the information you get on a Thursday, right? So it's not necessarily the employees at fault. You know, the employees are doing their job to the best of their ability. I just think that there needs to be a reform in the business license process.
Right.
You know, there needs to be clarity so that everybody's on the same page. And so when you go in there to apply, you're not discouraged because today they're telling you to get all of these things. And then when you have all those things, you go in on a Thursday and it's totally different story. You know, it's frustrating.
Right.
As a new business owner, you get discouraged, you know, because you're already paying X amount of money. You're overwhelmed because you're trying to meet all these demands and deadlines. You know, if there's a lot of people who are going to just say, you know what, never mind, I don't want to do it. So I want to kind of
Streamline
that and remove barriers so that more people would be interested in opening new business. You know, small business is one of the reasons why our economy is growing, and we need to feed that.
Yes. Speaking of small businesses, do you think the temporary tax, raising the taxes is a good thing for small businesses or not so much?
I am going to be so honest, and I don't like the tax increase.
Right.
I don't at all. Reason being is, as just a regular person, not a business owner, just as a mother, we have so many things to pay already. So just having that increase, it's already a strain on our pocket, and am I going to, you know, we find ourselves faced with, am I gonna use this money for food today, or am I gonna use this money for gas?
Right.
You know, these are struggles we deal with every day, and just adding that added sales tax, especially now as a business owner, you know, you have all these permits and licenses that you have to pay for, and you have to stay on top of it, and now you have this added on, you're not gonna make any money. You know, it typically, when the price of goods go up, the demand is lost, and that's a loss of revenue.
Right. Where do you think families are going to go to with the tax going up and them hurting at the wallet, right? Where do you think that they can go to? A welfare, or is this something that they're just going to have to go get a second job?
Man, yeah. For me and my family, I'm going to be so honest about this. Once upon a time, we were that family. My husband and I, Kevin and I, we both got laid off like in a time frame of a week. So I got laid off, and then he got laid off. So, you know, we were struggling to find jobs, and even at that, and that's when the economy was fine, it was hard to find a job. So we were on public assistance, and we just really struggled to get out of that.
Right.
And we had to do, you know, opening a business and just doing our side hustle. I call it our side hustle. And just doing our side hustle, we were able to get out of that and actually be where we are today. You know, we're no longer in public assistance. We're living comfortably, but even at living comfortably, we still struggle with daily bills. With families now, looking for a job, it's hard.
Yeah.
So I would, you know, I don't know if, and I mean, public assistance is great. It really helps families in need.
Sure.
But I really want families to pull themselves out of there and explore other options.
Right.
And so that's why I'm a big proponent of entrepreneurship and helping new people start new businesses.
Right. So with you going after a seat in the 35th legislature, we can pretty much count on you being a champion for small businesses. Is there anything else that you would like to focus on?
Really focusing on families and family struggles. You know, my work with the Guam Foster Families Association, I see a lot of children who are victimized. You know, I see a lot of families who fall through the cracks because of the situation they're in. So I really want to look at that, look at the root of the issue, whether it's drugs, homelessness. I really want to approach that and tackle the issue from that approach. I believe if we tackle the issue from the root of the problem, then we can mitigate and avoid, like, let's say drugs. If we tackle it from the root, from the beginning, why is this guy selling drugs, as opposed to the end term where we're trying to catch them and trying to, you know, put them in jail. If we handle it from the root, then we can try to mitigate and try to help others before it grows out of control.
Right.
So that's how I want to do that.
Whatnot.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So is there anything else that you want to real quickly brief our watchers before I let you go on your busy schedule?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really open to people getting to know me. You can contact me on my Facebook page, Jenei Aguon. I'm on Instagram, and you can contact me at my phone number, 688-4765. Everybody knows my phone number because of the Guam Foster Families Association. So if you want to get to know me a little bit more better, if you want to know about my platform, I'm really open to that. You can give me a call.
Thank you, Jenei.
Thank you
It's
for
always
having
fun
me.
hanging
Yes,
out with you,
thank
right?
you so much.
There you go. You are tuning in to Coffee with the Candidates. My name is Paulie Aksuba. Thank you so much,
Thank
Jenei.
you.
Again, we'll be right back with Mr. Roland Blas. Hafa Day, once again, welcome to Coffee with the Candidates. My name is Paulie Aksuba of Cat FM, and I am now here to my right, Roland Blas, who is vying for a seat with the Guam 35th Legislature. Thanks again for being with us, Roland.
Yes, half a day. Well, I'm very happy that you invited me to come here today and to speak to our beautiful people of this island. And I've ran before, and I'm excited to hopefully humbly ask their vote to allow me a seat in this upcoming 35th Guam legislature.
You look like a guy that watches a lot of movies. What's your favorite movie? Titanic?
Well, you know, actually in my younger years, very young, I used to. But I think since I've been committed with serving the people in their time of need on funerals, I'm actually well known around the island as a tetsa.
I know this.
Yeah, and a tetsa, of course, in English means a prayer leader when somebody passes away.
Right.
So I've done practically everyone around the island, every village. There was really no time to watch TV.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a every night thing, and you stay from day one all the way to the burial. And sometimes I do 3 a night.
Wow.
Yes, I just did one not too long ago again. But I lost a brother, so I kind of slowed down in that field.
Understood.
Yeah,
Understood.
for almost 28 years, yes.
Okay, so how many times have you run for senator?
I ran in 2012, and then I ran in 2014.
Okay, so this time around, have you changed your platform at all, or?
Well, more of the things that I have changed is just the technique and more of the agenda of the political arena of running the campaign. So things that I felt in the last 2 times, I've decided to do this time. And it's just more marketing, embracing the people, getting to know more. And you have to understand today, Guam, the population has grown, so we have diverse people.
Right.
And the diverse people we have also are non-Chamorros, but they make Guam their home. We got the Palauan community, you got the Asian, and you have also the Filipino, which is also a very large community. So having to embrace them being not related, you just have to keep introducing yourself and humbly asking.
Sure. So, I mean, you bring that up. So, as a senator, you're going to be a senator for all people on Guam.
Yes.
Have you strategized on certain ways how you can bring everybody to the table?
Well, my slogan is a friendly reminder to all, even when I embrace, touch people, that we are one island and one people. That at the end of the day, no matter what cultural way of life you come from, your lifestyle and your ethnicity, but we have to remind ourselves that we are people.
Right.
And that as leaders, we have to do our best to make our government better. We have to provide better services to all walks of life. And when you say all walks of life, that's everyone.
Right.
You know, and they all come from different ethnics, and they make Guam their home.
Right.
So we have to keep reminding that yes, we are Chamorros, and yes, this is the foundation of the people of our Chamorros. But Guam has opened its gates for decades and invited all, and they're here today.
Right.
And we must work together to help because they're human beings and they're people.
Right.
And that's one of our cultural aspects of teachings from our elders, that you help people.
Right.
They tell you help one another, be kind to one another. They never say to what type of people to help, but all.
Right.
One island, one people.
You're talking about helping people, and you also mentioned better services. What are the services that we can better as far as the government is concerned?
Well, the government, I believe the most important, since I've worked for about maybe close to 10 senators, is really customer service.
Okay.
Yeah, when people come into different agencies, especially in the field of public safety, education, health, the hospital, they always come in need. And I think the most important that we have to keep educating our government, the body of these employees, is providing the best service of customer service, because that's the first.
Sure.
And then from there, you take the lead of whatever the issues are, the problems they come in, is doing your best to resolve, and always returning calls, always responding back. Because I think in all my years, I see in my observation, problems is people who work within the government sometimes have slacks of returning calls. People get frustrated, and that's why I find
lines.
Not even answering. And now it's the recording system, right? So you're transferred from one to another, and that's why all the senators I work for, and I've worked in the executive branch under 2 governors.
Okay.
So also they always come to us, and then when they come and I sit 1-to-1, just like you and I, and I ask what do they need. They give me a whole list who they spoke to, what agency from, and sometimes even the mayors. It just travels and travels, and they get very frustrated. Then they come to a senator, and most of the time you find that they'll go from one senator to another, to another of the same issue, and see who will resolve the issue. It's all about helping and resolving issues, because that's what the people want.
Right.
Yeah, not merry-go-round, and they get frustrated and get more frustrated. Then they start to become angry actually. Wow. Especially it depends on the issue. And and sometimes they come in with issues that really it's a legal matter. And as senators or even mayors or governor, it's not really their part to make or resolve that issue because of the sensitivity.
Sure.
But all they need is guidance. So sometimes, or many times, they come and they felt to at least guide them.
Right.
And that's all they're asking. And once you guide them and they take the next step, then hopefully, and you follow up, then for sure their issues will be resolved.
Right. So with the legislature only having 15 seats, right?
Yes.
Everybody is going to have a very important role in the 35th legislature always. Are there any roles that you would like to take on in the 35th legislature that you're eyeing?
Well,
like chairing or
yes, if I'm running under the Republican banner, and if we become majority, then logically we oversee or chair a committee.
Yes.
And that's usually decided amongst those that will come in the next Guam legislature. But the areas that I would like to focus, and many times I campaign, they ask what's my platform. So it's healthcare, senior citizens, and culture.
Okay.
And that's where I have my passion and love in helping people in those areas.
Right.
I have a very close tie with the elders, and I see what services they need, and especially our culture. Yeah, I speak fluent Chamorro. I read and write as well. And so, but for me, once I'm in, really all issues are important.
Yes.
Because it takes a body of the legislature to resolve. What they need to do is work together. What they need to do is put things aside, whether what party or who, what area they chair, but all needs to come together, especially in the most critical issues, because at the end it's the people that suffer.
Right.
So with that, for me, all areas are important.
Right.
Yes.
We're going to get a new governor, whether it's Republican or Democrat. We're going to get a new one. We've had the same for the last 8 years. Is there anything that you would like to see or work with the new governor that the past governor has failed in?
Well, I would rather focus on the positive to move forward. Yeah, I see every election they blame and they blame. So I would rather not even
Right.
focus on what can one do better or what has the prior failed.
Okay.
We have to move forward. And we have to come with better, good ideas.
Right.
And maybe ideas that were not provided from the prior. But I think that whoever's elected on either, I believe will do their best. But we just, as elected officials, have to work together.
Work together.
Yeah, because resolving issues and coming with better ideas, and that's what we have to do because Guam is moving forward. We are not moving backward. The population is growing. You can just see it with your own eyes. Even today when you drive and you go to restaurants, you see different people. Before, 30 years ago, in my younger years, I see old Chamorros.
Right.
Now today, I just see a lot of, I feel like I'm in LA. Because I feel like when I come
Okay.
in, I see
Right.
diverse people. But at the end of the day, going back, is that they have to just come up with better solutions and just make things better by making our government better for the people. And whatever happened in the negative of the past, they need to stop blaming.
Right.
And because if we sit here and keep blaming,
Sure.
or in the session hall or over at Adelup, it's not going to resolve anything at
Right.
the end of the day. They just have to come together. And I know that they're smart enough to come with solutions, and that's what we need. Guam needs solutions, not blaming.
One more question before I let you go. You talked about healthcare. We've passed a law on medicinal marijuana. What's your take on that? Do we need, does this have to happen yesterday? How fast do we need to make this come, or do we not need it at all?
Well, I support it if it in the healthcare of people to survive their illnesses. That this marijuana medicine, they just need to come with a better system of assuring that all that is required. They should work on that and start using it if it's going to save people's lives. Because I do know, I'm not a doctor. I've been in the medical field of my personal issues, so
Right.
I know how it feels. I know the cost to fly
Right.
off island and just other things. You know, I've been off island myself, so I feel for these people that are trying to find their health care to survive another day. And if marijuana is what it takes, then they should move forward, move faster, and start issuing it out if the doctors believe that this is the real solution to giving them another breath of life.
Thank you, Roland.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate you. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Candidates. My name is Paulie X. Suba. Thank you so much to Roland Blas and also Jenei Aguon, both looking for your votes in the 35th legislature.